We're playing a game now.
If you don't shut your mouth,
let me help you.
No. Joannes, why are you doing this?
I'm out here to help.
That's very kind of you. I mean, we appreciate it. But we can't allow you to do that. We can't. Please.
I understand, but my mother asked me to come and help. But it's okay, I can do it.
And we are saying that we cannot ignite the wrath of the king by allowing you to do the work we are supposed to do as maids.
The queen mother of this palace has instructed me that I come down and work with all of you. It's okay. If I don't do it, I would incur the wrath on me. And look, it's okay, I can do it. Just
look. No, please. To be sincere, Your Highness, we won't allow you do this. Go back to the queen mother and tell her that we refuse to allow you work with us. Besides, you are a princess. Please, Your Highness. Please, we won't allow you to do it.
Okay. Thank you. Walk well.
Right, Your Highness. She's the one that defines reality.
My instruction was clear and brief. I asked you to go to the maidens and work with them. What are you doing here?
I did what you asked me to do, but the maidens did not let me work with them. They said I'm a princess and I cannot be doing chores.
You are a terrible liar. No maiden in this palace that can tell you that.
I'm not lying.
Please shut up. Shut up your mouth. Kneel down. Kneel down, I said. Go on your kneel. Sekulana. Let me tell you something. Those tears of yours make no sense to me. You will remain here until sun sets. If you ever leave this place without waiting for me to come back and release you, I will skin you alive. I will personally skin you alive. Nonsense.
Who made you kneel down?
Mother.
What did you do?
She asked me to go walk with the maidens. I got there and they did not allow me to walk with them. So she thought that I disrespected her. So she asked me to kneel down.
She asked you to go walk with the maidens.
Level of indiscipline by disobeying my orders recently. I met her down because I want to discipline her. Or are you telling me I cannot discipline a child going wrong?
And you think that the best way to discipline my own daughter, a princess of this land, is by forcing her to perform the duties of maidens?
Your Majesty, you're shouting at me in presence of the guards. Anyway, your daughter here must sit up, else I will deal with you. You know me very well. I don't tolerate idleness in this palace. Excuse me.
Come back here. This is not happening. It cannot be happening to me. Oh God. How am I going to handle this? How?
Your Majesty, you're confusing me. What you're holding is the result of the scan which you requested for. The baby is in good condition, and the doctor assured me I'm going to have safe delivery. Why are you sounding as if you smelled complications?
Lolo, I'm not talking about complications. I am talking about the throne.
What about the throne?
For 9 years, 9 whole years, we waited. At last, the baby is on the way. But the baby is a girl. Oh. She's my daughter and I love her. I will love her. But this girl is not going to sit on that throne. That is my problem.
Your Majesty, this is ridiculous. Are you saying I will not conceive after this? We waited for 9 good years. And now the pregnancy is here. Why don't you believe that another one will come? That one might most likely be a male child that will sit on your throne.
You are talking that way because you do not know the enormity of pressure on me.
Pressure? Pressure from who?
I am under pressure. Pressure from my kingmakers, pressure from my cabinet. I mean the very crop, the very body of kingmakers. I was the subject of the last meeting. They gave me an ultimatum. 2 years. Within which time I must name the successor to the throne, the heir apparent to the throne. That's why I ordered for this scan. Hoping that I would beat their deadline. Now look at it. A girl. The girl is on the way. It is a grim prospect. Royalty is going to depart from my family and I don't like it. I don't.
Your Majesty, I am very disappointed. I am disappointed that you don't even like my baby.
No.
I am disappointed.
No, Lolo. Don't twist this thing now. Don't twist it.
Hello?
Kimba. It's Lola. I'm not happy, that's why I'm calling you.
Lola, why are you not happy? What's the problem?
My husband is not excited about my baby. Because the scan result shows that it's a baby girl.
This is exactly what I hate about you women of these days. Why are you always in a hurry? Pregnancy should be left to be a mystery until after the delivery. Where is the joy? Where is the joy if the person has already known the sex of the baby to be delivered? Where is that suspense?
It's my husband that insisted I do a scan. And he has told me the reason why. Your cabinet gave him a deadline. They gave him a deadline to name his successor. Yes, the royalty will be given to another family. Gee, why? Why would they do that to him? Why would you give him such a harsh deadline when you know I have just started to conceive? Why?
See, Ichie Kemba is simply a member of the cabinet. He is not the head of the council. And there is definitely nothing I can do to change them when they have taken their decision. The only thing you can do is, the only advice I have to give you is deliver this one first and rush your husband. It is possible you can get a boy before the deadline. That's just that.
I don't have to leave anything to chance. My father will rise from his grave and kill me if royalty is moved from this family, because I love my wife.
I'm not going to lie. I'll be before you that I'm excited by this visit of yours. Ezugo Benoji of Eziama Kingdom is a noble king.
That's true.
He's a noble man. No, like all.
You are right.
Sincerely, I consider it, I see it as an honor. Really, I see it as an honor. He considers my daughter to be fit to be his bride. But I will ask you to allow me to talk to my daughter. I need to gain her consent.
Yes, we understand what you're saying, exactly what you're saying. You actually need to privately talk with your daughter. Possibly for the last time. To be sure she's ready for this. We shall be waiting.
Okay. Just a minute.
Okay.
There's something I want you to understand. I'm not like other fathers who will force their daughter to marriage because millionaire suitors have arrived. I'm very happy with you, and I'll remain so.
Thank you, Papa. I appreciate it so much, Papa. Thank you.
The emissaries of the king have arrived with large and lavish gifts and large sum of money. They are here to take you to the king as his second wife. Should we accept what they came with? But I want you to understand one thing. Once we accept, it means that we are now his wife and you are going to stay with them.
Papa, before the arrival of the royal delegates, the king himself met me. We had an understanding already.
Oh, that's right.
Papa, I love the king.
Do you?
Yes, I do. And I would love to be his bride.
Yeah. Oh, my daughter. Remain blessed.
Thank you, Papa.
Remain blessed.
Yes, Papa.
Remain blessed.
Thank you, Papa.
It's well with you.
Thank you, Papa.
It's well with you.
Your Majesty, about for you.
Thank you. How is my son?
The baby is fine, Your Majesty.
There's something you need to know. That son of mine is the crown prince, the heir apparent to the throne. He must be nurtured with care and dedication.
I understand, Your Majesty. The baby is sleeping now. Is there anything Your Majesty would want the cook to prepare for her for breakfast?
That's what I'm still thinking. You must also do something for me. That thing that the king brought into this palace as his second wife must not have anything to do with what I eat.
Your wish is my command, Your Majesty.
Good. And what are you doing here?
Good morning, Mother.
Keep your greetings. What do you want?
You're sounding as if you're angry. Anyway, I came to see you and to know how the young prince is faring.
I forbid you in your entire life. Never come near my son. Never! He brought you into this palace because the scan result showed I was carrying a female. Now we all know that the scan result was wrong. I finally had a male child, the crown prince, the heir to the throne. If I were you, I would leave this palace and go back to my father's house.
Your Majesty, you are supposed to be like a mother to all of us in this palace.
Get lost with those sentiments of yours. I am not one of those women you can weaken with your sentiments. If I was like a mother to you, you will not agree to marry a man that is already married to me.
We can still sort this.
Just shut up! I'm not ready to listen to this rubbish. Get out of my quarters now! Get out!
Are you asking me out of your quarters?
And I mean every bit of it. Get out! Sieba, toi! Out! No, John. You dug your grave. The very moment you agreed to come into this palace to live, I will personally deal with you. Monsieur Ife of Foyona. Useless woman.
Your Majesty, I remember you told me as the leader of the guards that all the maidens working in this palace are equal. But suddenly one of them is parading herself and taking herself to be the leader of the maidens. I see what I should do about it.
I see it clearly. Something disturbs my queen. Now what is it? Why are you shedding tears? You people are still here. You want to watch the weeping queen?
Sorry, Your Highness.
Take off! Why are you shedding tears?
Do you still remember what you told me and what you promised me when I asked you about your wife?
Oh, come on. You keep referring to that my wife. As if you're not also my wife and my queen. Come on, I love you. What's happening?
You held me in the hand and you promised to protect me from her wrath. Do you remember what you told me? Your Majesty, I don't know why you settle for me. I am not from your land.
See, my dear, I want you to listen. I am the king of Ezema Kingdom. I have foot soldiers scoring all over the kingdoms, looking for ladies to recommend as bride to the king. But you see, deep down in my heart, I have found exactly what I'm looking for in you. I believe you are the best for me. So, why don't we stop all this courtship and end it all now? If you promise me that you're going to be my wife, you will save me all this problem of having to come from Ezema all the time. I will send my emissaries at your bidding to your father immediately.
To the best of my knowledge, I know that you are married and your wife is pregnant now, so why me?
See, the reason I want to do this is personal to me. I must tell you that every person, every man in my position will do the same.
With due respect, Your Majesty, I want to hear the reason.
Oh, come on. Must we go into all that? Huh? Listen, I promise you, you're going to be happy when you come into my palace. Right?
But, Your Majesty, your wife will hate me as a woman who comes in to ruin her family.
No, that's not true. You see, my dear, you are coming into my palace to brighten my world, to brighten my life. Okay? No woman can ever make you unhappy. And at any rate, you're coming in as my wife. You have equal rights with her. Okay?
Okay, Your Majesty. I need you to make me a promise.
Yes.
That you will protect me from her even if she decides to make life miserable for me in the palace.
Oh, my. All right, Chizzy. I want to promise you that you will be happy in my palace and nothing will ever happen. Nothing untoward will happen to you in my palace. I want to promise you that I will personally handle my wife. If she steps out of the line, she can't make things unbearable for you. It's not possible. You have equal rights with her.
You promised I was going to have peace in the palace and that you will personally protect me from her if she decides to make life difficult for me.
You sound as if she did something to you. Huh? Tell me. What is it?
Your Majesty, the summary of the whole thing is that she hates me. I don't know where I went wrong.
Did she assault you?
Your Majesty, you surprised me. Are you waiting for me to get assaulted by the Queen before you do something about it?
No. See, I'm sorry you're understanding it that way. That's not really what I mean. See, she's a nursing mother. And you know nursing mothers, they can really be irritated about things. And they can do things that would obviously annoy people around. Besides, she's also the mother of the crown prince. And sometimes, this kind of a thing can swell her head. Okay?
Your Majesty, this isn't what you promised me.
See, my dear, I still love you from the very center of my heart. You are my wife, right? Now, tell me, what did she do to you?
She banned me from entering her quarters. I didn't do anything wrong. I just went there to see how the young prince is faring. But I was so humiliated in the presence of my maid. I didn't know.
You said you were following her because the king introduced her as the queen and made you her first maid. Now let me ask you, do you see her as the queen?
Yes, Your Majesty. I'm just a maid following the verdict of the king.
Verdict? What verdict?
Your Majesty, the king introduced her as new queen.
Shut up! Shut up! Get out of my sight! Get out! Now you said tell them I said no one must address Ugo as the queen. Ugo is not a queen and will never be queen in this palace. If anyone disobeys me, that person is in trouble. Do I make myself clear?
Consider it done.
Your Majesty, useless people. Oh, Your Majesty, How are you? This one that your face is like this, what is it? Ogini?
How many times do you want me to explain this matter to you? Why are you still so unforgiving? Why are you still causing discord in this palace?
Discord? What do you mean I'm causing discord in this palace? I don't understand.
See, let me go over it once again. And I just pray that you will understand me. I pray you will reason with me. I need you to understand. Try and understand. Lolo, I married this girl at the insistence of the very core of my kingmakers. I had to give in to their pressure. And I want you to understand. I want you to reason with me. See, Lolo, if there is anything I have not done very well, if there is anything I have done wrongly in this matter, I beg you to forgive me. But please understand that this marriage is covered by the royal seal of the Zama kingdom. Please, do not continue to treat her like an outcast, like an outsider. I am pleading with you. I am begging you from the very depth of my heart. Please.
But please, this is my quarters. And I have the final say in my quarters. Tell her to stay on her own. Let her not interfere in my affairs. Because you don't know where I can know them.
See, this kingdom has only one king, and that king has only one palace. That king is me, Ezugo Belunoji of Eziama. And that palace is here. This house that keeps all of us. This house inside where all of us are staying and relating with one another. Everyone in this place, everybody living under this roof in this palace must stay and relate with one another as a family. Do not continue to cause unnecessary problems. You are the Queen Mother. Be a mother to all of us, please.
I called us here because I want to issue a direct order from the Queen Mother. There's only one Eziama kingdom. This is that Eziama kingdom. There's only one palace in Eziama. There's only one king in this kingdom, as well as only one queen in this palace. The king is King Ezugo Belunoji. Why, of course, the queen is our own Queen Mother, Queen of the Beze of Eziama. Therefore, Ugo, that woman the king married from Osiri, is not a queen. So, you all are barred from calling her queen. Am I clear enough? Or should I rephrase?
when my father allowed me to come and serve in this palace as a maiden, I was instructed by him to follow only one authority, which is the authority of the king, Edochie of Eziama, already mentioned by you. Now, Chinonso, this strange instruction you are giving us here, does it have the blessing of the king?
I mean, are you trying to tell me that you regard Queen Odibese as a woman that cannot give instructions to you? With all due respect, Chinonso, you're twisting her question. And that is very strange. You're giving us an order here, and she asked you a very simple question that needs a yes or no as answer. This instruction that you are giving us here, does it have the blessing of the king? Well, what I gather from this meeting is that Ugo has bewitched all of you with the witchcraft of Osile. And trust me, I am going to tell the Queen Mother that you all have decided to disobey her orders.
But Chinonso, you cannot say that because I haven't said anything.
I need you to say something real fast. Queen Odibese is the only queen. Ugo, the woman the king married from Osile, is not and can never be a queen. Do you agree?
Okay, don't you ever be in a hurry to answer that useless question that has all the resemblance of power. Listen, the king called all the palace workers and introduced Ugo as his wife. He called her a queen. Equal queen to Queen Odibese.
Yes.
This is the pronouncement of the king, and we will stand by it until we have something contrary from the mouth of the king.
Yes. How? What are you trying to do? Walk it out? How dare you walk out on the head maiden of this palace?
We all serve here as maidens, and we all receive the same payment every month. I don't know what you mean by head maiden. And to be very, very sincere with you, I don't even want to know. You can be head of whatever to those that see you as. I don't see you as head of anything. And mark it somewhere. I shall never see you as that. Rubbish.
Did I just walk out? So, if you listen to me, start making use of your common sense in your application of rules and orders in this palace. Else, these maidens are going to beat you up one day. Trust me. Queen Odibese that you are supporting with a visible blindness will not be there to take the place with you. That's when I have to tell you. Excuse me.
This woman you want me to kill is under royal protection.
No, Akikinga, you're wrong. Her name is Ugo. She's a strange woman my husband smuggled in from Osile. She's an intruder in the palace. I want her dead.
Dead? Yes. The king had already named her his wife and had placed the staff of Ama, the goddess of Eziama, on her head. I see in her a child that bears the mark of Ama. It will not be possible for me to kill that woman, and I would even advise you to leave her alone.
Akikinga, why do I have this impression that you're nothing? Onwere Fibo!
Onyenza Akikinga, the Ebubedike of Ogama dynasty cannot be said to be nothing, because I know that I am not and will never be nothing, no matter where I am. That woman came into the palace with the sacred wand of peace and must be allowed to live. I am a peacemaker, and I surely
cannot kill a woman that bears the sacred wand of peace.
You know what? I regret coming to this place because you're nothing but a fool. A big fool.
You may call it foolish, but do not always be in a hurry to stand in the way of the gods. She is a queen just as you are a queen. I advise, do not always undermine her.
There is something you're about telling me, but you're finding it difficult to. I want you to find a way to tell me. I want to hear it.
I will be in Coconut Junction in the next 30 minutes. There's a man I want you to handle. Meet me there.
My queen, Chinonso is a very dangerous person. She is a very wicked girl. She has been bought over by her madam. I want you to avoid her completely, so she won't hurt you.
Are you not making a weighty statement here? Why would she do that?
She just called the meeting with the other maidens, saying that it is only her madam that should be called queen in this palace and not you.
And what did the other maidens say?
They said you're made queen by the pronouncement of the king. And then they started walking out one after the other. My queen, I know Chinonso very well. She is a very dangerous person. She took after the wickedness of her father. You have to be very careful so she won't hurt you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your effort and your services. Leave Chinonso and her madam for me to handle. I'll handle them with a message of peace.
But my queen, why didn't you tell the king that she slapped me? Why would you want to cover up for someone that hates you so much?
Oh, that's... Don't bother. You see, the queen feels threatened whenever she sees me. She feels I am going to ask the king to throw her out. Of course I cannot do that. I cannot do that to her or to any other person either. Don't worry. I will handle her with peace. Until she gets weak in herself. Don't bother.
Yes, my queen. I'll be inside.
Okay. But why is she doing this?
Please tell me something nice. Can you do it?
They don't call me Obadala for nothing. I don't ever fail. Here is the thread of violent determination. Lay it across her path. Once she crosses it, she will die with the pregnancy.
Obadala himself. This is why I like you. I don't know why I didn't even remember you in the first place. You have charms for everything.
They don't call me Obadala for nothing. I am known as Obadala of Ugama. And with me, everything is possible. Even if you want me to violently end your husband's life now, I can do it immediately.
What did you just say?
I'm sorry, Lola. I only used it as an example just to prove to you that I'm capable of doing anything. Regarding the balance for what I did, I'll collect it once it accomplishes its mission.
hatred of violent termination. Don't disappoint Obadala of Ugama Kingdom. If you do, it will be too hot for him. Don't
Ogada kwage kiti kiti misi Okwifuru chemaluwana.
This is unbelievable. Where are you coming from by this time of the night? Oh, I can see. You are now sleeping with that whore in this palace.
Sorry, Your Majesty. With all due respect, I don't know what you're talking about.
How would you know what I'm talking about? Can you swear you're not the one responsible for her pregnancy? Can you swear?
I don't know what you're talking about, Your Majesty. All I know is that the king is there with the queen, and he has asked me to get his choice wine from his court. That's all I know.
Did I just hear you say the king is still with that thing by this time of the night?
Yes, Your Majesty. The king wants to rest on his wine. I have to go, Your Majesty.
Come back here. Are you telling me that as we speak, my husband is inside there? Inside these quarters? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Your Majesty. I have to go. He wants to rest on his wine, Your Majesty.
This woman has surely bewitched my husband. At this ungodly hour of the night, my husband is still with a strange woman drinking wine. This is unacceptable. I demand to know where you cursed maidens are going.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty.
Your greetings make no sense to me. Where are you going?
We are going to slay Your Majesty. The Queen sent us on an errand.
The Queen? Who is the Queen?
Queen Ugo, Your Majesty.
I passed an instruction through Chinonso, my trusted maiden. And I'm sure she delivered the message to you. So you still have the guts to call her Queen right before me.
Your Majesty, Chinonso was unable to confirm that her instruction had the blessing of the king. We decided not to obey such instruction, Your Majesty.
So you had the instruction that I gave, but you chose not to obey it.
Your Majesty, our instruction was contrary to the express instruction given to us by the king. And we decided to obey the king, Your Majesty.
Oh, I gave an instruction. You chose not to obey it. I will deal with both of you. Now go down on your knees. Go down, kneel down. There are cameras all over the place. If you change your position, a Monsieur Monike is and now quarrelling.
I don't know about you. I also stand up from this place.
Can you really do that?
Oh, okay. When I'm tired, I'll stand up. Oh.
Yeah, me, I'm scared.
You stay here, me, I will go.
The time was 7 minutes before midnight, and I saw the head guard. He confirmed to me that you were still with that thing in her quarters drinking. Since when did that one start?
Lola, was it not the same thing I did with you just 3 days ago? Eh? Why are you angry because I had to go and spend a little time with her? Eh? Is she not a woman like you?
I married you because of your nice words. And it is still remarkable that you still have loads of unsaid nice words. Honestly speaking, our love would get better if only you can send her back to wherever she's coming from. I have to be sure I'm the only woman you handle. In this era of viruses, one just has to be careful. Does that mean you don't have manners? Are you not aware I am with my husband? How dare you barging on us like that?
Your Majesty, I'm beginning to lose some senses in this palace. Why is she looking for my trouble?
I beg your pardon. Who is looking for your trouble?
Your Majesty, she stopped the maidens I sent to my fathers. She even knelt them down in the palace quarters.
What? Lola, you did that?
I have released the maidens. But this is getting out of hand. This is uncontrollable. It must stop.
You released the maidens I asked to kneel down?
I just released them.
How dare you! Inequala, how dare you!
Stop it!
Inequala!
Stop it! How dare you? What's wrong with you? How dare you raise your hands against a pregnant woman?
How are you sure that pregnancy is yours? Oh yes!
What did you say? What are you insinuating?
Your Majesty, I'm the woman you got married to. You have to send this intruder back to wherever she's coming from. I've told you before, the foundation for your marriage has been deleted. If you don't leave this palace, I will personally deal with you. If you know what is good for you, live on your own accord.
Odibeze was never like this when I married her. Huh? I don't know why she can no longer understand meaningful things.
Your Majesty, I have been trying everything possible to make sure that I maintain peace in this palace. Because my father told me that peace is supreme.
Yes, yes, it is, it is. Peace is. Yes. What can we actually achieve here without peace?
But Your Majesty, if she cannot define her boundaries and walk within that defined boundary, I'll be forced to tell her that I am a woman from Osile. And believe me, Your Majesty, she cannot stand my heat.
No, please. Don't go there. Don't. See, I promise you I am going to handle her. Please. Okay?
Can I trust you?
The king trusts me. You cannot trust me if I'm not trustworthy.
I'm not talking about the king. His own pattern of trust is unacceptable by me. If he can trust that low life he brought from Osele as a wife, then he's not capable to guide anyone on the topic of trust.
What do you want from me, Your Majesty?
Your salary is 60,000 naira. I'm going to increase it to 100,000 naira if you will make this palace uncomfortable for that intruder.
My salary as we speak is 105,000 naira. Nothing less.
Oh, the king increased your salary without letting me know. It's okay then. I'll make it 150,000 naira. Can you do what I asked you to do?
I'm under your oath, Your Majesty. I'll ruin myself if I betray that oath. That's what you asked me to do. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I cannot do that.
Get out.
Your Majesty.
Get out.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Come back here. If you ever discuss with anybody, you will see your debeza in me. Easy.
Your Majesty, that's been this morning.
Yes, hello?
I don't walk like this.
Who is this?
My name is Reverend, the head mafia of Butler's Terminator. I've been calling you since morning. You weren't picking my calls.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was busy in the palace. Now you can talk to me.
The man you called Aka Ikenga of Ugama is dead. I killed him last night. And I need you to bring my balance today.
So where are you as we speak?
You don't need to know my location. Just arrange the money and let me know. And I'll be there by half.
Okay, I'll call you before the end of today.
Waiting. I'll be waiting.
Bye. Tell them to prepare Salah and the young one.
Okay, Your Majesty.
Oburuchi yuzo baba sana babo mwenya nasa. Oburuchi yuzo fubuzo na fujuanya no wa. Hai chere were, murabu ne no wa chere were. Hai chere were, afya bune toro no wa chere were.
Yes, who's there? What are you doing here?
Can I at least sit down?
Okay, sit down.
Thank you.
I'm on my way to the loo before you came in. Just give me a minute.
Sure.
I am back. Now, so what have you come back here to do?
Lolo, you see, I believe you are being hostile and keeping enmity with me because you feel I can always ask the king to throw you out.
I don't think. You are not planning. That's exactly what you have done. You have stolen my husband away from me. And I leave posterity to judge you.
Look, I came here today to tell you that I do not hold anything against you or against anybody in this palace. I came here in peace and I can...
Spare me all that! Spare me! When the king married me, he came by himself and the marriage was world class. When he married you, he didn't come himself. He sent Ikemba and other compromised elders in council to come and bribe your wretched family. Most times I look at you and I wonder why you're such a fool.
Lolo, you just called me names and insulting me at the same time. Come on. This is not a good attribute for someone of your own status.
You know what? Your welcome has expired. Leave my presence.
See, Lolo, I believe we can always talk this out if we understand ourselves. Why can't we just talk things out and be in peace?
Really? The only thing I can understand is for you to leave my husband alone. Now get out of my presence.
Are you asking me out?
Immediately.
Out!
Somebody help!
What?
Who called me? I'm calling. Come back. Call the maids. Call the Please carry help.
What is wrong with her? I suspect labor, Your Majesty.
You suspect labor?
Yes.
What do you know about labor? Why am I having this feeling that you have something to do with her?
No, Your Majesty. I don't have anything to do with her or anybody in this palace. I'm just a guard that adheres to the king's instructions.
What is that your name again?
Onyedi. But the king calls...
Don't send me all that nonsense. I will deal with you in this palace. Just keep fooling around. I will deal with you. And your Ziggy.
Is there no maid with her?
There is, Your Majesty. Chidima, her head maid, is there with her. Other maidens wanted to stay, but the doctor asked them not to. So she alone is there, Your Majesty.
Yes. This is the king. Talk to me.
Your Majesty, this is Dr. Lugat.
Dr. Lugat, how are you?
Your Majesty, I understand how busy your schedule is. Why I'm pleading with you to give this an urgent consideration. I need you at the hospital, sir.
Want to see me in the hospital? Dr. Lugat. See here, if your call is about bills, I'm going to send my head of guards immediately to you with the kind of money you want. You should know that payment of hospital bills wouldn't be any of my problems.
Your Majesty, this call is not about money.
Well, what is the call about then?
It's about your wife.
What about my wife? Is she not responding to treatment? Oh, come on, doctor. Talk to me, don't keep me in the dark. What is it about my wife?
I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. We managed, by the grace of God, to deliver our bouncing baby.
Goodness. Doctor, that's awesome. And is that why you want me there in the hospital? Listen, doctor, I never could be bothered about whether my wife delivered a male or a female child. Huh? A child is a child. Or maybe you want to tell me that my wife is not happy that she was delivered of a baby girl?
She didn't even see the child, Your Majesty.
What do you mean she didn't even see the child?
Your Majesty, she gave up just as the baby came out. We did everything we could to revive her, Your Majesty. But our effort could not use any results. Your Majesty. Hello.
She was delivered of a baby girl. But she gave up the ghost as soon as the child came.
Why? Why would it be me? Why? Why would it be now? Why? Why me? Why me? Why would my daughter join her mother in the world beyond? Just suddenly like that. Suddenly. Why?
Please, comport yourself at this moment of sad bereavement. Remember that young ones are listening to us. They're looking at us. What happened is actually very, very unfortunate. But we can't question God.
I'm not questioning God. I am not questioning God, but this is too hard on me. My daughter, I gave to the king just a year ago, is now being counted among the dead. Why?
My brother. Actually, she died, but her daughter survived. Take it easy.
Do you think that this is a wise thing for us to do at this time?
Ichie my in-law, might misunderstand us. Ichie is my brother. My own brother. And he knows I can be trusted. So you don't bother.
Why did you call me? Our daughter died.
And her daughter survived. We want to take custody of that child. She will come back to Eziama as a full grown-up girl. But for now, we want to take responsibility for bringing her up.
That daughter of hers that survived is a princess of Eziama kingdom. And I sincerely doubt if His Majesty the King will permit that request of yours. That a princess of Eziama kingdom be raised in another land.
Well, you have to try and convince the king. Let him understand. That child will be a perfect consolation to my brother. What is
it? Do you know how much I paid you? Ever since you started working as a witch doctor here in Ugama, have you been paid that kind of money? Why did you give me the useless thing that killed only the woman? I want even the daughter to die.
Woman, don't ever say that the threat of violent termination is a useless thing.
So why didn't you kill the daughter? Why did you kill just the woman alone?
Many people in Ugama believe that Aki Kenga died in his sleep. His death was never investigated. He was buried in peace.
Why are you discussing Aki Kenga with me? I am not here to discuss Aki Kenga. I am here to discuss the useless threat you gave to me that killed the woman and not the daughter. That daughter of hers is not worthy to live. I want you to get busy. Kill her in that hospital incubator. She must die.
My greatest problem with you is that you talk too much. Akikenga was buried in peace, but he didn't die in peace. You know it. That great man of Gama was killed by your foot soldier. Let me ask you, do you think you can succeed in all?
What are you trying to say? Are you accusing me of murder?
That little girl bears the mark of Ama, the goddess of Eziama people. Any effort you are making to kill her is foolishness. Let me advise, leave her alone.
I see in her a child that bears the mark of Ama. It will not be possible for me to kill that woman, and I would even advise you to leave her alone.
I want to pay you double of what I paid you before you gave me the threat that killed the evil woman of Useli. For Aki Kinga to say that that woman cannot be killed, but yet you killed her, shows that you are a powerful person than Aki Kinga. Please tell me. Tell me how much you want me to pay you. I will pay you double. I want you to kill her, please.
There's an impression I want to correct here before you. I did not kill the woman of Usile. You did, and her blood is on your head. That girl bears the mark of Ama, the goddess of Eziama people. I cannot kill that girl, and you better know it now. If you insist on killing her, do it yourself.
How do you expect me to do that? I cannot strangle a little child.
Woman, do it anyhow you want it, but exempt me. Exempt me. She bears the mark of the goddess. If you insist on killing her, woman, don't allow her to be named Ada by the king. Once the king names her Ada, she's not only the Ada of the king, but she is the Ada of Ama. Any effort trying to kill her will be very, very risky.
If it is money, I will give you. You will get money. But you see, doctor, I need this child to be under the watchful eyes of you medical experts here until she is weaned.
Your Majesty, I understand what you're asking, and I would have loved to give you that assistance. But the truth of the matter is, that baby does not deserve this environment anymore. She needs a home and not a hospital. The maiden that was left with your late wife has been very wonderful. And I know she can take good care of that.
Which of the maidens are you referring to? Chidima, her head maiden?
Your Majesty, I don't know her name, but I mean the same maiden that was left with the late queen. She has been very excellent. And I know she can be of great help in raising up this child, and the baby wouldn't even feel the absence of the mother.
No. My first wife would be interested in nursing this child. You needed to have seen how she wept uncontrollably the day the baby's mother died.
Your Majesty, at this point, there is no need of giving the baby another nanny. The maiden has been so used to the baby, and the baby also to the maiden. She's the one taking care of her. bathing her, feeding her. Your Majesty, she's like a mother to her. Let's allow her to continue her good work. Let's not change hands now.
Why will that evil child survive when her mother died? That palace is my place, and I'm not going to allow anyone interfere in my peace.
I discussed extensively with the family of the deceased queen. They have offered to nurse the baby. According to one of them, it is going to be a perfect way to console your in-law, Ichie Mwabeze of Osile.
I have taken a decision regarding the nursing of this child, and I do not intend to go back on that decision.
And what have you decided on, Your Majesty?
Take your time. Because of the love you had for your late queen, I have entrusted every responsibility about the nursing of this child into your hands. Is that understood? If there is anything you need, do not hesitate to let me know. Okay? I am taking her off every responsibility in this palace. She reports directly to me.
No problem, Your Majesty. Consider it done.
Good.
You are the king, and I trust your judgment completely.
You know, she is the Ada of this palace. She is also the first Ada of this kingdom. Good. She deserves to be nurtured in this palace.
My problem with you is that you don't know when you have insulted someone. How can you entrust the caring of a newborn baby to an ordinary maid when I am here in this palace? Eh? That maid is just a girl. She doesn't know anything about child's upbringing.
See, that maid was recommended by the doctor to take care of this child. I have no intention of going back on what the doctor recommended.
Your Majesty, please, because I don't want us to argue on this. Very soon the news will spread all over the kingdom that a male maid is taking care of the child. The women will think I don't want to raise that child. And I want to correct that impression right away. I'm going to nurse that child by myself.
Your Majesty, at this point, there is no need of giving the baby another honey. The maiden has been so used to the baby and the baby also to the maiden. She's the one taking care of her, bathing her, feeding her. Your Majesty, she's like a mother to her. Let's allow her to continue her good work. Let's not change her.
See, my queen, you have many things to do in the palace and even beyond. Why not concentrate on those things and leave this child with a maid?
Why do I have this feeling that you don't trust me? Why? Have you ever considered what the women will say?
I am considering the proper upbringing of this child. I still remember, my own son, your own son too, that you raised. You practically left this child with the nannies. You never could do anything. If that was how you would treat your own child, what would be the fate of this child?
Are you possibly telling me to my face that I'm not a good mother? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I am not a good mother!
Listen, my queen, now listen to me. I have just taken a decision. And I do not intend to go back on that decision. Please, please.
I bow in greetings, Your Majesty.
Yes, to the man.
Your Majesty.
Rise.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
So, how is my baby?
The baby is doing very well, Your Majesty. She's growing every day.
Splendid. Splendid. So very, very happy to hear that my baby is good. Yes, I called you here to inform you that you have been promoted. The head of guards has been fully briefed. Henceforth, you are no longer a maiden, so you will not be wearing maiden uniforms.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty. I'm honored, Your Majesty.
Yes, you see, in this palace, I have more than enough money to take care of my comfort, to take care of the comfort of every person living in this palace. So, I am ready for you. I am particularly ready to provide for my girl, my baby. So, you need anything, you come to me. Okay?
Thank you so much, Your Majesty. I truly appreciate this.
You do not owe me anything. In fact, it is the other way around. I owe you everything. Do not forget, I am there, waiting 24 hours a day. All right?
I have heard that you have said, Your Majesty. It is very encouraging to get the assurance from you that we have enough money to take care of my baby and I. Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
Good. Beautiful. You may leave.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yes. My beautiful, caring nurse. I pray that God will give you a good, caring husband who is going to make you happy.
Chidinma, are you there? Chidinma.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Where's the baby?
She's inside.
Can I see her?
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. She's asleep. I can't wake her up.
As from tomorrow, I want you to bring the baby to me. I will start bathing her by myself.
Why you, Your Majesty?
Because you don't know anything. That girl is a princess and must be raised with utmost care. I don't want you to continue bathing her so that you won't leave her with body odor. Oh yes.
Why are you saying all this to me, Your Majesty? Your Majesty, I know she is a princess and I treat her as one. I can compromise everything, but I cannot compromise that child. I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
I can see how stubborn you can be. And I know exactly what to represent in this palace. But I will personally deal with you. Monsieur Ife or for you now is Your face is very bright today. And I'm always happy anytime I see your face like this.
Well, my ears are itching to hear what you want to tell me this morning.
Can you excuse me? I want to talk to my husband alone.
I hope you're not here to say anything about Ada. I'm not willing to discuss my princess this morning.
Don't allow her to be named Ada by the king. Once the king names her Ada, she's not only the Ada of the king, but she is the Ada of Ama. Any effort trying to kill her will be very, very risky.
What did you just call her?
I called her Ada. She's the Ada of this palace and the first Ada of the land.
This is unacceptable! Naming of a girl child is the responsibility of a woman, and I am the woman in this palace! How could you go ahead to name her Ada without consulting me?
My queen, I'm not preventing you from giving her any name. I'm not stopping you from naming her. She is the princess, our princess, and she has a right to have many names. So, go ahead and name her. Go ahead and give her any name you want to call her. For me, I have named her Ada, and that's the name she bears for me.
Ada is not just any kind of name you can give to any girl in the palace. Her mother is late. You cannot call that evil child who killed her mother Ada.
I forbid you. Don't ever call her an evil child. That child bears the mark of the goddess of Eziama. And she's part of the future of this kingdom. So, don't you ever call her an evil child again. Never again.
The problem now is that he already named her Ada before mentioning it to me.
How do you want me to get involved with that? Let me advise you. Leave that child alone.
How can I leave her alone? What's going on with her? Even the king himself has told me she is part of the future of Ezama kingdom. Her staying there, her continued existence in that palace is a threat to my peace. Please, I want you to kill her. Just mention your price. I will pay, please.
I am surprised that you are still coming to me for solution when I've already told you what to do. If you are sure you want to kill her, do it yourself. Muawu Obadala of Ogama will not get involved in the exit of anybody with the mark of the god or the goddess. Mbao, ya blue nanti.
How are you? I can see you're taking good care of little George. Jojo, baby!
I am so happy. I am amazed. Your Majesty, I am so honored to be the maid that the king selected to nurse the child.
Chidima, I have come to apologize. Yet, I'm sorry for the way I have been treating you in this palace. I realize I was unnecessarily harsh to you. That's why I've come to say I'm sorry. I hope you understand.
I understand, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, you are the Queen Mother. You have the right to get angry with anybody.
I also realize you have a good heart. Push the baby over to me. Let me just play with the baby.
Okay, wait.
Choo choo, baby! Oh, baby! Oh, baby! The baby is growing so fast. Yes! And please, just get me something cold to drink.
Okay, Your Majesty. Juice or water, Your Majesty?
Anything cold.
Okay, Your Majesty. Majesty.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay, it's okay.
Chidima, you are beating more than you can chew. I am sure that very soon my useless husband will start lusting after you. That fool that I married may even decide to make you his wife to further insult me. Chidima, the cursed maiden, you are not good for this palace.
Is it St. Paul's Hospital we are going, Your Majesty?
We're not going to St. Paul. We're going to Boys Specialist Hospital.
Come on, come down from the I'm not a fool. I know what is required of me. Please, I will get the money. I will get the money. Where do you want it?
Wait at Anglican Gate. My boys will meet you up there to collect the money. Your Highness, do not involve the police to arrest them there or throw them. If they call me that anyone is thrilling them, I will kill your wife and your son. Come to Anglican Gate with the money and come alone. What do you want?
I want you to keep every place safe.
Should I come with you, Your Majesty?
It's possible 20 million naira is no money to me. The money is not the issue. Just a clean job. You can see I'm doing my job.
I'm not going to say anything about the humiliation I received. My main concern now is that I have eventually discovered that the people we trust in this palace should not even be trusted.
This is all very confusing. What are you talking about?
I overheard the criminals discussing in a low tone. They said Chidima told them that the man is capable of paying 100 million. They were even mad with your guy for mentioning just 20 million.
You're not serious, are you?
I am telling you what I found out. Some people in this palace are giving out deadly information to the enemies of this palace. I had them mention Chidima, and I'm sure she's not the only one involved in this.
It is very encouraging to get the assurance from you that we have enough money to take care of my baby and I. Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
This is unacceptable. Why is she such an ingrate?
Your Majesty, so what are you going to do now?
Okay. We need to pay off. Yes, we need to pay off our palace workers and replace them with new ones immediately.
If possible, we'll go for graduates. The graduates are better. They cannot be easily deceived. Imagine if those hoodlums had killed my son. Imagine! Please let us not argue about this. Let them all just leave this palace. Franchise Yebapua. Why are you looking like someone in trouble?
Your Majesty, the king has just sacked all of us that work in this palace.
Why?
He said the decision is based on security. We must leave the palace before noon after collecting 1 million naira each from the accountant.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you were affected. It's so unfortunate. Meanwhile, go and tell Chidima to bring the child immediately. She must not live with the child.
Your Majesty, they have already handed the child over to one Madam Ozioma from Osili. They are out of the palace with the child as we speak.
What did you say? Why would the king allow them to live with the princess? Why?
Your Majesty, all the workers in the palace are demoralized. I was personally hoping to remain here until I am married, so that the king will attend my wedding.
Get out! Get out! I'm thinking of something very important. You're here talking about your wedding. How come you're so stupid?
I'm sorry.
Come on, get out! Don't leave. God. What have I achieved? I have achieved nothing. Oh my God. My plan was to get rid of Chidima and have total control of the child. I have gotten rid of Chidima and even my trusted maiden. Now the child has been taken to another. Hey! If you want more. Hey.
My daughter, one thing you need to know is that if one door didn't close, another door will not open. That you've been sacked from the palace should not weigh you down. You can always find a better job. Eh? Or you may even decide to go into business with the money they gave you. Eh? Before you know it now, million.
Mama, you let one Mama, in fact, you won't believe it. I'm not thinking about it anymore.
Hey.
This sack, I'm not thinking about it anymore. I know I have to move on with my life. So, that is it.
That's my girl.
And there is something I still want to tell you.
What is that?
You know,
don't be shy now. Let me hear you.
I have a man in my life. Mama, I would have told you since, but because of the child, I had to lose this child. That's the reason why.
He's going to marry you. How? Chimo. Ada became. Ada bodo yibom. How?
Very soon.
Chine
kobo to akidie.
You
will come and see.
How?
And my only worry is that I have a strong feeling that the king was induced by the queen.
Why should you say a thing like that?
Mama, that queen. She seemed to be very nice. She is a very wicked woman. Very wicked woman.
Hey, Chibo! Hey! Chibo!
Provide the money fast. Hey. Tell us one story you're good.
Hey!
Mama, leave me alone. It's behind Mama's dressing mirror.
Where?
Behind the dressing mirror.
Hey! Hey! Chibo! Hey, we know for Doro Nanyo. We know for Doro Nanyo. How? We know for Doro Nanyo. Hey! I can't see Jay. Hey! Chime! Hey! How?
Adichie Obadala, I greet you.
Lolo, you are welcome.
Thank you.
I hope you are not coming here because of that soap issue. If it is so, I'm not going to give you any listening attention.
Can't you at least offer me a seat?
Lolo, if there is anything you want to say, just be brief about it.
She's no longer in Eziama Kingdom. She has been taken to Osile. Now you can see she's no longer under the protection of the gods of Eziama Kingdom. I want you to pin her to death there.
Lolo, were you told that the gods do not protect their subjects when they exist in another kingdom? Why are you over-laboring yourself over this issue? Lolo, the truth remains that I am not part of it. And I will not be part of it.
Hello?
The operation was successful. My boys robbed the poor girl and all the money is intact. What do we do next?
Nothing. You and your boys can share the money. I just want to show that useless girl. I want to teach her a lesson for disobeying me.
I am at your service. Anything you want from me, anything, do not hesitate to call me.
Thank you. You have said it all. If I need you, I'll call you. Bye. Since you're not ready to do this for me, because if you want to do it, I know you can do it. Is there anyone you can recommend for me?
Lolo, if it is to make you cry like a he-goat, I will do it easily because your hands are soiled in blood. Lolo, don't force me. In fact, Lolo, stop coming to my compound. Stop.
There is something we need to understand here. All these children in the palace are the same. And they are one blood. And they must be treated as such. I do not want a repetition of what happened today. Ever again.
Okay, Your Majesty. I've heard you. I will take note.
Go and bath. Have your bath. Do not take this to heart, okay? I'm sure your mother did not mean to hurt you, right?
Thank you, Father.
She will not punish you. Never again.
From there. Get up. Get up from there. Get up. Get up from there.
Mom.
Who is your mom? Who gave you the right to report me, the queen mother of Eziama Kingdom, to the king? Who gave you the right?
My father saw me kneeling down.
Get him easy.
So I told him everything.
You told him? And who told you you can tell him anything? And who gave you the right to tell him anything?
He asked me. I can't lie to my father.
Any other day I see you talking to the king, I will skin you alive. You are a nobody in this palace and you must not regard yourself as anything. Because he calls you Ada. You are not, and you will never be Ada. Dare me. Dare me. Easy. Easy.
Why? How long have you been watching us?
Does it really matter? At least I'm not disappointed that my children are wonderful dancers.
Oh my God, Mother, is that what you think?
It's not what I think, it's what I know, based on what I've seen. Just go ahead and enjoy yourself.
Okay, how is your day though?
We'll talk about that later. Just go ahead, do your thing.
Alright. Well, Cody was crazy.
Who is your mom? How many times have I warned you to stop calling me mom? Are you deaf? Chili? You are an imposition on me in this palace. Address me as your majesty, just like every other palace worker.
But you're my mom.
What are you doing here?
I'm reading. Praying for my exam.
You're reading or you're resting? Have you finished what I asked you to do?
Yes, I finished everything that you asked me to do.
That is why you have to come here and rest. And who told you you can rest in this palace? Who told you?
I'm reading. I'm not resting.
Come on, get out! You can deceive the king with this your holier than thou action. You can never deceive me. You see, I will frustrate you in this palace until you commit suicide. I will frustrate you. I will frustrate you. I will frustrate you. Monsieur!
Like child, she's got a heart of a star. She is so beautiful. Yeah, she's so beautiful, so beautiful. Lost in the fear of her life, soaked in the tears that she cries.
I have seen the results of Joseph and Dada. While Joseph failed woefully, Adas is exceptionally wonderful, exceptionally good. You should be ashamed of yourself. You have continued to fail and repeat classes. And Ada, your own sister, who you gave 3 years, has already caught up with you in the class. And she's about to enter the university before you.
Father, seriously, you have to use your good office to wade into this issue. I don't know what's wrong with my teachers. I write very well. It's like they don't like my face. You know, I don't know why they keep failing me. Maybe because I'm your son.
Will you shut up? Keep quiet and stop talking like a fool. I have talked with your teachers, and all of them confirm that you are not serious with your studies.
So why are we paying them the kind of amounts we are paying them? If they cannot teach the children very well, if they have taught him well, he will pass his exams.
Can you listen to your voice? Of course, I have nothing to say to that. Nothing whatsoever. His carefree life, which you taught him, has been responsible for his failures in examinations.
So are you now blaming me?
I have decided to give out something very special to any of my children who proves to be academically sound. My dear, Here is a dress specially made for winners. Come. I present this dress to you in appreciation for your sound results. The sound results you've been posting, been bringing home to the family. I'm going to send you to the university of your choice in this country. Once you're able to make your university matriculation exams.
Thank you very much, Daddy. I promise to always make you proud.
That's a good child.
She's alive and she's responding to treatment. Thank God. In fact, she'll be home shortly. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Now, that is the criminal. The criminal who went to strangle the princess in the hospital. His name is Henry. Now tell us, Henry. Tell this house who sent you and what your mission was.
My bare hands. Now speak!
I was sent by Joseph.
What? Who? You the Chris?
No, are you sick? Who is this guy? Look, who is this actor? Have I seen him in my life before?